Hey folks, back with another episode, back from Madison, Wisconsin. So I want to talk to you guys about what we did on this episode. Ashley and I were up there. She had to do some work with an organization that she does some contract work with DJ Case and Associates to continue the work that we're doing in conservation, but also represent Minority Outdoor Alliance. We were both up there for that. So we will actually, just before I go on, I'm going to bring Ashley back into the episode, onto another episode rather, to talk about that work because I think it's really important what she's doing. But we were there presenting with the Association of Fish and Wildlife Agencies in Madison, Wisconsin, and we got a chance while we were there to kind of get around the city and link up with Jay Henley, founder of a shop called The Bounty, which is fantastic. It is amazing to go through there and just experience the vibe, man, and experience Jay's genius and creativity. I was introduced to Jay through my good buddy and brother, Eric Taub, who works for the Orvis company as creative there and creative director there. And yeah, this episode is really about that. And then later on, I get into some news I've got coming up with Hot Boy. Some good news, putting him back on the field trial circuit and doing a little bit of trading. I kind of talk about the motion and movement of dogs and just how it works for me in my sporting life. So yeah, we talk a good bit about that. But it was a really fun time up in Madison. I was blown away with what I was able to bring back from the Bounty, but also Jay's inspiration creatively over 30 years. So stay tuned for that. We actually gonna open up the episode with him. So thanks again for tuning in to the Sporting Life Show, and we're gonna see y'all on the other side.
Hey, my name's Jay Henley. You're here at the Bounty Environmental Narratives. We've been around for about a year, but I've been at this for about 30 plus. Worked for various brands in the industry. We tell stories in spaces. So I've created a variety of narratives here that kind of tell stories.
Yeah.
I got a little Wisco vibe going here, like all things sport.
Okay.
The spectacle of sport, if you will. It's about what happens on the sideline and in the heart of the fan. Less about what's happening on the field itself. I've also got an artist in residence program over here. This is Jack Zavari, Zarovi. Ginlor Woodcraft is his brand. The artist in residence program for me is pretty special and pretty close to heart. What I like to do is create a platform for local artists to come and do their thing here. Jack's my 5th artist in residence. A lot of what we do here is based on, giving back to the community as well. So we've got a philanthropic endeavor based on whatever happens in this space sales-wise. We give 30% of those proceeds to a local charity. Comes in and then shapes it all via all of his tools up there to then construct the end product, like that chair. So
look at this, man.
So we're having various other narratives that I've got going on. I've got mid-Ivy, so all things Midwest, collegiate, professorial. That's the vibe here. So not top tier Ivy League, not community college, but mid-Ivy.
Okay.
One of my inspirations is Georgia O'Keeffe. Created a narrative called Abiquiu, and it's all based on her work that she did out in Abiquiu, New Mexico. So it's got heavy on that desert Southwest vibe. I love her. She's great. I love this narrative, Abiquiu.
Abiquiu. Yep, from that rant. Yep. The Georgia O'Keeffe inspiration. I mean, when I tell you, my personal favorite.
I love her vantage, her perspective. And then, wouldn't you want your Northwoods, Wisconsin lodge to kind of look like this.
Right.
So it's a, it's a vibe. It's a mid-century meets the North Woods.
And who is this pretty lady here?
This is Marion, Maid Marion, from Disney's, and that you are to the depth, but it's sort of my take on it. So this is Midwest, mid-century meets the North Woods of Wisconsin, essentially.
I'm here. No, man, you speaking to me, dude. You speaking to me. This is it. And this whole creative space, this gives me just... Dude, this gives me Joan Miró / Pablo Picasso.
Well, the other thing is, it's now started to turn into my looks for his stuff.
What was his name again?
Adam Wilson.
Adam Wilson.
Yeah.
This is slick.
Yeah,
I love the texture.
Right? I love that. Here, I'll give you another little
Wow.
flip there. Yeah.
Oh, that's it, man.
Yeah. That's the skull.
What?
I don't know if she,
Dude.
right?
Wow.
I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
And that's why I was like, Bronwyn, you're gonna have to help me with this. So.
I mean, but like, you'll have to tell me the story how you came across that too. You'll have to tell me the story about that.
No, I mean, fairly straightforward. I have a friend of mine here in town. He used to own an oddity shop.
Okay.
And he was like, hey, I'm cleaning out a storage room. Come pick what you want.
Yeah.
I picked a bunch of stuff.
So, you change the store every 3 months. Talk about some of, your experiences with artists. What have they shown? What's been a reception too, man?
Well, so like I said, I've been here about a year.
Okay.
I've had 5 artists in residence. I flip the shop up every time I have a new artist. So it's usually about every 3 months.
Okay.
I have a couple of like my O'Keefe, my Abiquiu, that's evergreen. She's ever present as part of what we do here. But then I usually flip up the rest of the shop every 3 months.
Excellent.
People walk in the door with sort of wide-eyed
Yep.
and mouth somewhat agape.
Yeah.
And I like that. I like for them to experience something that they've not experienced, at least here in Madison. They may have experienced something similar in a variety of other places. I've traveled the world. I feel like everything that I have here is a culmination of influences that I've experienced or that I've shared. And I'm just sort of reflecting it. I'm reflecting my own experience here at the shop.
So you got to tell me the story about this Joan Miró that I just got. You got to give me that story now.
Okay, so a very dear friend of mine, John Taylor, used to own a shop up on the Capitol Square here in Madison called J. Taylor, and kind of a curios shop, appointment only. But I've been friends with John for a while. He's sort of downsizing, letting a lot of his collectibles go, and in turn gave this to me. I had it down in my gallery.
Yeah.
This is where Darrell found it, and he's going to be the new owner of this lithograph from Japan from 1970s.
Wow. Man, this is it.
It's gorgeous.
Thank you. Well, I just absolutely love the store, and anyone that is in Madison needs to come to Bounty. Like, you have to come to Bounty. It's a win. Super unique items from Lord knows everywhere around the world. And what I like about it the most is I feel your wisdom and expertise in this store, but only on top of that, the vibe, right? It's you. It is you. It feels curated.
Yeah.
Everything in here. And
I'm an old head.
You are an old head. You're the OG, man.
I have nothing but I want to share this with everyone. What I know is what I want to share.
Absolutely. And I think that's the most powerful thing. So thank you for having me here, my friend.
Darrell, man, it was a pleasure meeting you. I thank you for coming in.
Dude, this is it. This is it. This is it. taking this painting to FedEx office to ship it. So I'm excited to have a Joan Miró Lithograph at the house. This is exciting. It's a very, very, very blessed trip. All right, folks, just a break in the episode for us to talk and encourage you guys to shop at Beretta USA and also shop Benchmade Knife Company, as well as going to check out Eukanuba Sporting Dog. All of them have been fantastic partners of ours. Let's tell you about what happened later on that same evening. Okay, so a couple of updates. Since I touched back down at home here in Atlanta, first and foremost, we are on a hurricane watch, which is coming, I think, Hurricane Helen or Helene. We're on a hurricane watch, so I will not be doing any kind of dove shooting this weekend like I thought I was going to be doing. I'm supposed to be going to interview artist Michi Miko in his studio, so stay tuned for that on this channel. But in terms of the painting update, how about FedEx broke the glass on the painting, the Joan Miró painting, as they were packing it to ship here. So I'm dealing with that, and I will let you guys know when it's here, and we hang it and so on and so forth. But I'm just excited, you know, good vibes, things happen. That's kind of part of the cautions that go along with shipping really, really nice things. Sometimes they break. So anywho, FedEx is getting us squared away there, and another update in the interim. So my dog Hot Boy, I call him Fresh, but my dog Hot Boy, who did so well in Oregon in the Owyhee Canyon last year, his first year, did fantastic on Sharptails in Nebraska. You know, bred, he's a son of Miller's Blindsider, or Champion Miller's Blindsider, and direct son. So I'm actually trading him back to his breeder, Tierra and Scott Hadley. They're fantastic breeders. He's a great dog. He's fantastic. And this kind of gets into a comment that I got on here that on another post of mine, but it kind of gets into something I want to talk to you guys about. But I'm trading Hot Boy back to the Hadleys in exchange for an Elhew bred Elhew Sinbad daughter, direct daughter out of Elhew Sinbad, old Elhew stock. And my thought is it'd be a good opportunity to get a breeding out of Vegas, my first pointer, because he's Elhew bred as well. Going back to Elhew Magoo and Damascus, so on and so forth. He's out of Pine Hill Kennels in Tennessee. And so now I'll have this Sinbad daughter, little beautiful black and white pup, coming in, and I'll be able to, I think that'll be a good pairing. I wasn't sure if I was ever going to breed Vegas. He's a fantastic dog, but I want to stick to a line breeding like I'm doing with my setter Joker. So that's it. But, you know, it's funny, on a recent comment, someone, I can't remember if it was Instagram or if it was on here. It's probably Instagram. But someone asked me, why do you seem to move dogs a lot? And I do. I do. Every year, I go through certain dogs here. I talked about it on the Hunting Dog podcast, matter of fact, for Ron Bain. But yes, every year I either have dogs that I like and I try them out and see if we vibe and we mesh. They're all usually really good dogs. I haven't gotten but two that just really just didn't work out talent-wise. But the reason for that, the reason why I fluctuate between dog numbers, but then also what dogs I keep and what dogs I move, first off, you know, Vegas has been here since the beginning, you know, so I guess there's a testament to, you know, certain dogs are definitely going to always be a mainstay on my string. But I also, this is life, this is my work, this is the sporting life for me, and I'm a wing shooting guide. And I have to be sure that I am not only giving myself the best opportunity at, at delivering a truly unique wild bird experience for my clients, which means having the genetics and the pedigrees and the dogs to be able to do so. But also, sometimes I'll make a pivot on what I think a dog is going to be able to do or the opportunities that they might have. Just like this exchange for the Hadleys, we're putting Fresh, or I'm not, but they decided they wanted more males out of that breeding. It was a really good breeding for Miller's Blindsider and Honky Tonk Song from the Hadleys. And you gotta give a dog a chance. And with Fresh, I wasn't guiding with him. I was hunting over him and hunting him as big as he needed to run. I never put no brakes on that dog because I just wanted the raw talent. But the thing about that is, my clients don't necessarily want to see that. My guided hunt clients don't necessarily want to see that. They want a dog, I say give or take 200, 250 yards, but a dog, that's a shooting dog, right? A dog that's going to stay within range, show itself, because the guided hunt experience is something that, that's what people are paying for. They're coming to see a performance and the showmanship. And so out of the 6 dogs that I have, only 5 of them were going to guide this season, and that's Kappa included. I think she'll be developed enough to put her on the ground at least once or twice this season, maybe more. But she'll get a lot of context. But anyway, I wasn't working with Fresh, right? I was hunting with him, but he wasn't a guide dog. And that's fine. That's great. He was out for the TRCP Owyhee trip and everything, and he's fantastic. And when I move dogs, I don't want it to seem like these dogs aren't good and I'm getting, no, actually they're awesome. But just like you want to give a child a chance at a better education or better opportunities for their future, I want to do the same thing with my dogs. And so sometimes I'll pivot. I know that I needed a good, well-bred female. It's still coming out of the same kennel as Fresh came from. But that gives him an opportunity to get put on the American field trial circuit and really use the talent that I was hunting over on the shooting dog. I think they're looking for more of an open shooting dog, not an all age, but an open shooting dog field trial competitor, right? And so for me, it gives me an opportunity to put a 6th dog on a guide string, because LU bred dogs are known to be more closer working pointers, shooting dogs, grouse woods dogs, a gentleman's hunting dog, right? Robert Whaley bred them to be seen, to be shown, to be, for folks to have a comfortable hunt over, right? How Fresh is bred, it ain't comfortable. You on your toes all the time, which is fine. It's great. That's what I wanted. But then the other thing too is I'm also getting older and changing, and my hunt needs are changing too. And that's the big revelation for me. What I like and what I need, sometimes those things, sometimes those things align and sometimes they diverge. And right now I'm at a divergent point where what I thought I liked back in the day, right? The early Gun Dog Notebook days, the early Sporting Life days, Sporting Life Notebook days, I wanted a dog that was way out in the, and that's great. But now I really do have to think about the hunt experience that I'm delivering, right? And what dogs are going to be on this string and how they're going to perform. And those needs have changed and the wants have aligned more so to what's going to work for my family, right? Family first. I need dogs that my kids are going to want to, grow up and develop and be around. And there's a lot of energy and a lot of commotion going on with an all age bred dog. No knock on it. But then I also have to align my wants now with what my clients want to see. Like I said, the distance there, but then also having one knee surgery and then about to have a second one. I tore both my meniscus. I have to think about this too. And I ran track in college, the 400-meter hurdles. Always been a competitor, and tore my body up. I didn't take care of myself at all. 18 to 21, 22 years old, you think you're on top of the world. After I got out of college, didn't make a whole lot of money. Didn't really have any health insurance. And what little health insurance I did have, I just wasn't making enough money to be really going to the doctor like that. And it was about toughing it out and gritting it out. And I was still hunting and still putting a lot of wear and tear on myself and on my body up till now, right? And so after having a knee surgery, got to have a second one, being bow-legged, all of these things, I really have to think about how my hunt looks going forward so I can take care of my knees and take care of the rest of my body and be able to hunt into my old age. That's something that I want to do. I want to carry my knees, my guns, my guitars, and my dogs, and my pedigrees and my strings into old age. And I need to think about that. And part of that means not necessarily hunting at 100 miles an hour, and hunting over dogs that are 600-700 yards away. I've just really got to think about those things. So when the opportunity came to trade the Hadleys for a dog, of course, I thought about all of these points and so many more. And so I'm looking forward to bringing in a new little female, LU bred American Pointer. And this one, I'm really, really liking her. I like staying at 6 dogs. So thus far, I've said this before and take it for what it's worth. All the dogs, I really like them on my string. Everybody is here, not intending on moving this one. Like I said, the Hadleys' wants and needs align with what I definitely could benefit from and look for. They want a dog from an older breeding that they had that's already started, been hunted on wild birds to put onto the field trial circuit and to continue their breedings. And I want something that, works closer. All 6 of them can hunt. I can train it, develop it. It's got the natural ability, been in wild bird country, and it'll continue the lineage of my first pointer. It's definitely something that I can put in the plan to breed. When it comes up, you guys will know about it on the channel, and it'll be a true, LU descendant. I'm not gonna call it an LU breeding because I'm not Robert Whaley, but it'll definitely have all of the top-notch old school LU pedigree. On paper that anybody would be delighted for, and some more. And I'll talk about that pedigree and that breeding maybe in another episode if you guys are interested. man, I'm excited. And I also want to on this episode, I want to get into what Ashley was doing up at AFWA. So now that we're back home, getting settled, I think I'm gonna just kind of take a day to chill and get the kennels prepped for this hurricane weather that we came in with. And we're gonna continue the episode, continue the rest of the day. If y'all are in Georgia or anywhere, or Florida for that matter, please stay safe. Get in the house. The kids are out of school here in Atlanta. Just stay safe, man, and try not to be on the road. Y'all folks in Atlanta can't drive. So, all right.